So today has been a day, hasn't it? And I know you've been wondering where I have been. Well, I'll tell you. I've been looking at videos like forgotten sandwiches of the 1970s. And how much did a Easter egg weigh in England back in the 1800s? Just off random stuff that you're thinking, wow, should I pay attention to this or not? The idea was to get distracted because sometimes you need to do that. You need to take a breath. And I've got a lot of energy going on here, and I've been hearing the door knock. I've been hearing all kinds of things, huffs and puffs and orbs and all kinds of things. And, I'm going to tell you probably Saturday night when we are live, we're going to be really hearing the words come out. But I'm here for it. I invite you to do the same thing, especially when we had a big energy day. I knew this week would be a big energy week. And today is March 11th of 2025. And now we are back. Hello and welcome everyone. I'm Lady Zelda with Seeing Crime, and that's what we've been doing for the last few days, few weeks, few months. Today, a lot of motions in Lemonade came out. In Lemonade, for those of you who like that, the little faux pas there. My favorite one is watching closed captions. I think in the last hearing, maybe the one before that, where someone said malfeasance, and it basically said male feces on closed captions. That wasn't pretty. That was not nice. But the reality of it is it's probably closer than what we think coming from the CW. Tonight we're going to be, and this is late now, you're going to be seeing this late because I wanted to wait and let kind of the dust settle. Let all the microwaves kind of calm down. We have the Mythic Tarot, we have the Kipper. We have a few other decks of cards, and we're going to see what is going on because, well, that's what we do. And I'm looking forward to that. So, here's the energy, my darlings. Take a look. Yep. Lots of stuff going on here, my darlings. And we're going to start out with a Kipper. And we're going to ask spirits, guides, angels. Okay? Now, I'm going to pick a card. We haven't done that in a minute. We're going to pick a card. We're going to see what is up. Sudden wealth. Oh, yeah, we had a sudden wealth of information today, and I think tomorrow's not going to be any different. Well, look, there is the man of the hour. I like to say that is John because for me, that looks like him. In many of the pictures that we have, here we go. Message of concern, definitely. We've been concerned about a lot of these messages. A lot of thoughts are going into this. Yes, fair enough. Let me fix this here. Let me see. There's one I want. All right, so we've got 5 out so far. Definitely, this has been a journey. We're going to put these to the side, and we're going to put these down. I don't know about you. I never get tired of these Kippers. I just think they're so beautiful. And they tell us a story. And that's what we're here for. And by the way, I am not a lawyer. I'm not law enforcement. I'm not a medical professional. I'm a tarot professional. I'm a tarot profiler. And I'm a psychic medium. And we are here to get an idea, for entertainment purposes only, mind you, of where we're headed in the next few days. I don't think it's fair that we say, oh, I want to know what's going to happen in April. I want to know what happened. We can't do that. Auntie Bev, in my opinion, is just too volatile. She's just too woo-woo out there. I mean, I think she changes her mind as much as maybe she changes other things. I'm not even going to go there either, but this is something that I feel is important for us to be doing together. So let's see what's going on. We have this message of concern. I'll tell you what though, I love all you because you're adding up all the cards. I love it. But look, the big thought from the CW is definitely on Karen right now. And they've come up with some really wild things in these motions. We're going to see more tomorrow. I think we're definitely going to be seeing on the 12th and the 13th some other things that are coming up. Now, I am also going to tell you, we have a lunar eclipse that is starting to go into position. If you are awake the morning of the 14th, which is Friday, at between 2:30 and 3:30 Eastern Time, and if you kind of look in that mid-Tennessee, mid-Kentucky states there in the United States, you're probably going to see this lunar eclipse in a full blood moon. Now, hang on. That's what I'm going to tell you. There's going to be some abrupt changes. There are going to be some, like, all of a sudden it feels like you wake up from a big slumber, and then some of us will feel like that we're in a big slumber when we have felt awake. And then Saturday, Mercury technically goes retrograde. We are in a retrograde now. That's why we're seeing all of these motions, all of this communication coming up. But I will tell you, it's bringing things to the surface. And when you're doing an investigation, that's exactly what needs to happen. Look at all these creators who are working overtime. I'm so impressed by all of this work that they're doing because we have a common belief. I actually love it. I can't get enough, and it's almost addictive. And that's why today it was the video of Forgotten Sandwiches of the 1970s and what Scottish meals another creator ate today. And you know how it goes. So be prepared for these very intense aspects and planetary transits. Because there's going to be a concern, there's going to be a thought, and then boom, it's almost going to be a oopsie type thing. I think we're going to see some mistakes coming out of the CW, but I'm telling you what I'm loving. You see this message? You see this message of concern for me? This message of concern can take a lateral movement. And what I mean by that is, you see Turtleboy's case, Aiden's case, is going almost parallel to Karen's. And what I mean by that is, we have a lot of the same players in both cases. And quite frankly, Attorney Mark Betterow firing off this letter to Chief Rafferty. Now, do I think she's going to do anything about it? No, I don't think. And if she doesn't, the fix is in. Then we know. Then we know where everybody stands. But then, so does the higher power. So do the powers that be. If she ignores Mark Betterow's letter, they're tied to a different court. They're tied to a different judge. This different judge is going to start raising an eyebrow. You see what I mean? So there's a lateral movement there that I really like. Because some of these other judges, they don't have any skin in the game. They don't have any ideas of what. And you know what this judge did in the last Aiden hearing? Referred to Aiden as a journalist. That's huge because that's exactly what he is. I know Bev doesn't like it, but the message of concern needs to be with Helen Rafferty, because there's a lot of thoughts. Say what we will, but there's a lot of thoughts crisscrossing right now. Auntie Bev doesn't like it. And we don't care what she likes and what she doesn't like. That, you see that energy fly out? And I'm going to see what's on the bottom here, and then we're going to put it back in. Oops, sorry, I have it upside down. The Eight of Cups, look at this. This is kind of weird, because this is a card of walking away. Is this Bev walking away? I don't think so. Could it be Karen? Yes. But I believe this really what is coming here is doing all you can do and then moving on to the next phase. I believe that's where Karen is. But I'm going to tell you something. I don't know about you and this energy, and hello, Mercury. I don't know about you, but I'm not going to watch that special. I'm just not going to watch it because I think they're going to be pretty biased. And I don't, the Hollywood Reporter, I don't, maybe if somebody tells me about it, that's fine. But I'm not going to watch it. Look at this. Okay. Here we are, my darlings. Now this first, look at this. This is the Chariot, also the zodiac sign of Cancer. You can see two horses going in two separate directions, and that charioteer trying to contain, trying to maintain. And I believe that this represents the CW and the defense team. CW, of course, being the black horse, and the white horse being the defense, and that charioteer being Auntie Bev, trying to control things. But you know what this card means? Funny that it comes out. Is that it can mean home. Loving a home. Doesn't matter where you go. You might look forward to going, and then all of a sudden, you want to go home. There's the Six of Cups. Ten of Wands. We have that for this all the time. And believe me, I use these cards in between and look, ooh, look at this, look at this. Now the last time, now you saw that I shuffled. Now you saw that. And look at this coming out. So this is significant for this to show up, like fall out and then show up after a shuffle. That's pretty significant. So we're going to ask about this. We're going to ask. But the Six of Cups is going to require a lot of mental push-ups for Karen, for the defense team. It's going to be them on their toes because she's going to have to recollect a lot. I do not believe she's going to testify. But at the same time, there's going to be a lot coming out. And the defense team they're going to bring it. You can watch. They are going to bring it. The Ten of Wands. The CW getting balled up in a particular situation that is fiery. They better be careful. Because that opens up doors for misbehavior. The Eight of Swords. I'm loving this. Look at this. This, again, is the CW. The Eight of Swords, they're their own worst enemy. They're the ones that have caused the problems and the issues. Pardon me, because, Bev's talking about communication and gag orders and all this other stuff. Well, look, this is why. Because there's so many people talking about this worldwide. I mean, many of you that watch this are from all over the world. It's just not localized. And yet here is someone here, and this is a divine character standing there watching. And you know what? He's watching them. He's not, this guy, he already knows, has created his own issue. And he can't fight this off. He's watching them, making a fool out of this guy because he brought it on. He's not lifting a finger. He's not going to help. This is a problem of his own making, and that's what it's going to be for the CW, not the defense. Here we are again. I believe this is Karen doing all she can do and then walking toward. Not really walking away, maybe, but I think more walking toward an outcome. I'm loving that. Okay, let's do something else here. We have some House of Zelda cards, and I'm asking to just give us an idea until probably Monday, because then we have the 18th coming about next Tuesday. And what do we have? Unexpected news. Yeah, I think there's going to be some unexpected news coming about out of the blue. And here we go, because John has told us to do this. And I think it's time that we are looking closer. And the closer that we look, the more we find, you know? There's an old saying. My grandmother used to tell the women that would come to the house, her house, and think about, oh, their man is cheating, or they're this, and I've driven up and down this road, and I've gone here and I've gone there. Of course, back then, I mean, there were no cell phones, hardly any telephones, no internet, no social media. Gee, what a wonderful time. And my grandmother would say, stop doing that. Why? Because if you look hard enough, you're going to find it. But in this particular case, I think the fact that we're looking hard enough, we're going to find more and more. And I'm going to tell you, again, these creators, bravo to them. It's all about timing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, there's going to be a loss. I do not believe it's for Karen. The CW has something coming. I'm not sure what it is. We're going to have to wait and see. That's Karen. It's funny because someone today mentioned about Karen being almost a widower. And there's the judge. Now look, there's some jealousy there. I'm going to say that's more like bias. And there's a visit, meaning she's calling someone in. That is a desire. I think the calling someone in. Oh, my goodness. I don't know what happened there. Okay, my apologies. We went on a trip, didn't leave the farm, did we? All right, so here, I believe she has been making phone calls. That's the calls that I believe she's been making. Because she's now in between a rock and a hard place. It could be her that is about to lose, but it is not Karen. A crossroads. And you know, oh boy, those two cards together. And I say, oh my, this is CW now. This is not Karen. And I'm here for it. This Ace of Clubs with the crossroads means that there has been evil consequences been going on, evil things happening. And this Two of Spades beside it, if I drew a Two of Spades out separately, I'd be saying, look, there's a separation, there's a divorce, there's something, there is a loss. But this means near this star that there's some very unlucky things that are coming for the CW. And I can't get over AJ saying it in the one hearing about the rapiers. I have to be careful how I say that because it is actually swords. And the Ace of Spades In this particular layout is not that favorable. It is a winter timing card, and we are that right now, and spring is not until next week, and it won't be until 2 days after this motion on the 18th. This is a warning. This is a warning of assaults, of threats. It means that they're going to happen sooner than later. And it means, that the CW is, always 10 foot tall and bulletproof. And yet, Hanky shakes and sweats, right? The flames means that evil is near. And it means that this is pretty unlucky. Being close to these four cards that are not good for the CW, not good. Money is an issue, and misfortune. Not for Karen, not for Karen. And there is the shepherd. Now, I'm liking that, and there is John. Why do I say that's John? Because that is the significator card when you're laying these out in a grand tableau, which means, I think I showed you at one point, you lay out all the cards at once and you find out where the significators are. Well, this would be John. But the funny thing is, I've got to tell you the funny thing is because I've always said that I have this vision of John walking Chloe in heaven. Chloe is a shepherd. And the fact that the shepherd card came out, and look, there's a little doggy here in this card by this guy. The fact that a shepherd comes out beside John, and we've got John over here. Yeah. So let me draw one more card from the Kipper. One more card. Oh, yeah. You see where that lands? Right on the misfortune. And we've got the shepherd, and it's okay, my darlings. It's okay. John will get justice. And look at this, the Emperor card, which is also an Aries, which I believe is a timing card. Now, this card's energy, I've always thought there was something going to be stepping in. I'm not sure. I'm going to be frank with you, because anything is possible at this point. And I'm not a guesser, so I just would prefer not to say. But this card basically gives us this idea that there is kindness, passion, compassion, but also ready to fight if you have to. I like to call it the King Solomon card. You know the stories about King Solomon. He was very fair, wisdom, guidance, understanding. He's got purple on, which is a very royal color. So I believe this is someone above Bev. I'm going to say that. Someone who can make a little noise. I'll say that as well. We've got a lot to look forward to, but we have a lot we need to be thinking about. That being, we need to take a breath. We need to just keep calm for Karen's sake. And we need to keep digging. We need to keep showing up at other creators. We just need to keep doing these things and taking breaks. You need to take a break. You need to walk away from this for a minute. You need to get, your breath back. You need, because many are becoming so consumed with the treachery that is around Canton police and the rotten ones, because there are many good. And the DA's office, in my opinion, I assure you, there are higher ups looking. They're watching. And you know, the three-letter agency, well, they have a lie. They can lie. They will lie. It's because they're all about covert activity. God likes covert activity too. So I would say, my darlings, just hold the line. We know what's up. We know what's really so important here is justice for John. I can tell you, based on what I'm seeing here too, is that these bad actors do not want to testify. They don't want to testify. They don't want to get back up there. That's why Hanky is doing everything he can to squelch as much as he can, especially the third party culprit, because what does that do? That takes Jenny off of the stand with the 227 Google search. Maybe. But I think they're misrepresenting that whole thing. I think there's another way to get around that for the defense. Hang in there, my darlings. It's all gonna come by. And please do me a favor. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed by now, please do, because I've got a great community here. I love them. And I'm so honored and blessed to have them. Please like, subscribe, share this if you know somebody that you feel will benefit. Come visit me Saturday nights at 7 p.m. We're having a big celebration this Saturday night. So I would love to see your beautiful little faces, your beautiful little fingers typing in at me, because we're going to have a lot of fun. Thank you so much for being here. This message is basically, don't worry. The CW is in the hot seat. There is someone above, a higher power. And you know what? I think this guy right here has a lot to do with it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye.